Welcome back to Eliances Heroes, where heroes in business align. To be part of our super community and find out more about Eliances, visit www.Eliances.com. Now, back to our super host, David Kogan, founder of Eliances.
Again, it's all about these heroes, and I know we get so much positive feedback. That's what keeps us going. I mean, we started off the show with Rhonda Shear, the famous USA Up All Night hostess and author who's been on hundreds of episodes of various shows at Rhondashear.com. And we just had the top real estate professional in the U.S. and internationally recognized. Heck, he's just sold a home for $65 million. That's nothing because he sold one for $100 million. And you could reach him, too, at AaronKerman.com. Later on, we're going to have Chris Gronk. Yeah, the former National Football League player for the Dallas Cowboys, Denver Broncos. I just saw him on Shark Tank because he came out with the inventor of Ice Shaker Cup, and he's part of Gronk Nation Brothers. But let's get right with our next hero. You see, they're both serial entrepreneurs and investors, and they started something really interesting called the Valley Investment Club. And that's Zach Oehlman and his partner Keith Cardinal. They can be reached at valleyinvestmentclub.com. Now, Zach, take the thunder and tell us about this website and these things, incredible things you're doing.
Yeah. So, from a young age, I always wanted to become a real estate investor and entrepreneur, but I didn't really know how. And so what we created is we created an office here in the Valley where people can actually go and meet a couple times a week with seasoned veterans. We have people in our group that have been doing real estate for over 35 years. We have the biggest auction buyer in Maricopa County, ranging all the way down to people that have never invested in real estate. And we have people that do about every strategy you can think of, from subject to lease options, fix and flips, commercial, Airbnb, and a large majority of other things. And what we do is we collectively work together so we can all get more deals done, and that means raising capital together, brainstorming, masterminding, and at the end of the day, just working together to get more deals done.
And what area in the Valley is hot for people to do, let's say, for investment purposes?
Everywhere. So how we look at it is we look at a property and go, how can we make this a deal? Most people only know of, the fix and flip or your rental properties or, wholesaling. There's so many other strategies out there that people can do that they can make money in. We're sort of steering away from the traditional fix and flips because it's so competitive out there right now. There's a lot of people, bidding up properties and really crunching the margins, and we don't want to be part of that and get stuck with it. So we're moving into some more things like seller financing, subject to multifamily, and it all depends on the deal, right? So we can find deals all over the Valley. It just depends.
And who could be part of the valleyinvestmentclub.com? Who are you seeking?
We're seeking people that want to learn how to invest or already seasoned investors. At the end of the day, we're looking for people that are like-minded and have a great attitude. At the end of the day, we're looking for people that want to learn how to take control of their financial future.
And Keith, tell us about your role and what you do there.
So similar to Zach, I had some books and tapes sitting on my shelf since, I can't remember, since it was VHS. And had been active from time to time. But at the end of 2015, I left corporate America, and I had a 401k, but it certainly wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to retire. And so I started out doing some private money lending and doing gap funding for people that were doing investment in fix and flips, because your hard money lenders will only loan you up to, say, 80% acquisition, 80% rehab, and I'd provide the rest, and secured myself to the property. And then I saw greater opportunity to help other people as well. And the important thing that Zach was stressing is being part of a community. So what we do is, rather than do the lone wolf strategy that you see a lot of people take on, is we partner with people. We get into equity partnerships where one person will provide funding. We help people convert their stagnant 401ks from previous jobs or IRAs into self-directed plans that they can invest on real estate and get double-digit returns. And we've got systems and processes built around that. So when Zach was saying, what I do is I help look at the type of deal. Now, this might be a deal that the typical, say, fix and flipper, if that's the type of project, might not be interested in. But we'll analyze it and say, all right, what is the exit strategy we can do for this property? How can we improve this property? We just went to contract on a 7-unit that most people would drive by and say it should be bulldozed. But by the end of 6 months to a year on that project, we'll have $250,000 in equity on that project. And we'll have put in maybe a total of, well, none of our own money, but a total of $150,000 to $200,000 of investment funds in. And we help other people learn those strategies as well as benefit from them ourselves.
Incredible. And you're listening to Eliances Heroes. Be a hero. Go to where entrepreneurs align. The only place where entrepreneurs align. Be part of the community. Eliances.com. That's ELIANCES.com. And we're talking with Zach Oehlman and Keith Cardinal. They are the founders of ValleyInvestmentClub.com. We'll also have the link on our website at Eliances.com. Again, that's ELIANCES.com. How do you guys, though, know what property to pick? Because like you said, so many properties are for sale. How do you know, hey, this is the one? Like you just mentioned, how many people drive by the one that it's like, you know what, there's no way they're going to look at it, yet you guys see gold there.
So it's all about the numbers. When you go to buy the house that you're going to live in, it's about the heart. And it's usually, your spouse is going, oh, I like this, I like the neighborhood, I like this. For us, it's all about the numbers. We have a formula, we have a process that we go through. We won't even look at a piece of property if the numbers don't make sense. And if the numbers make sense, we'll look at a piece of property and it might be something that we would never, ever purchase for ourselves. We'd never consider, living there, but either as a rental property. And then how do the numbers make sense? Do they make sense because we're driving appreciation up in a neighborhood because this house hasn't been renovated in 20 years and everything around it has? Does it make sense because if we add 400 square feet, it's up to par with what's in the rest of the neighborhood? Or does it make sense because rental is desperately needed in that area? And we have people bring us deals all the time. Once realtors understand that you close deals, stuff just starts showing up in your inbox on a regular basis.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, we're rooted in education.
Yeah.
So, we have a education program that everybody in our community has taken, and then we meet on a weekly basis to go over that education. So we're always constantly learning, what's new, what's the new laws, what's the new strategies, what's working, what's not working. And, when you have people in the community that have had 35 years experience, you get to draw upon that, and you get to learn from their mistakes.
I think it's incredible. In fact, both of you, too, are members of the Eliances community. In fact, Zach, maybe you can just talk about really what it's been like for you to be part of the Eliances community, the place where entrepreneurs align.
I love it. From the first day I was invited, I felt the sense of community, because that's exactly what we build. We build communities, and it's a place where people are giving, and it's, everybody's giving, and I've only been part of it for a short time, and the people that I've met are just amazing. So I like to surround myself with people that I say are more successful than me, and so that I can become following their footsteps. And this is exactly the place, and it's an honor and a privilege to be part of it.
Well, I know you both are very well respected, and I know when you come, everybody definitely wants to talk to you, and you've invited some incredible guests and everything. So definitely excellent. Make sure you check them out, ValleyInvestmentClub.com. Well, Zach and Keith, you partner up to help those interested in investment get their start and be successful. That's what heroes do. Zach Oehlman and Keith Cardinal. Make sure you reach them at ValleyInvestmentClub.com. David Kogan with Eliances, and when we return, the famous Chris Gronk.